All right, so today we are going to end up going to the actual site where this container is going to be placed, because I got my piers poured and I want to go double check them. And I'm pretty sure they're about 3 inches out of whack. It stinks when you take the time to design something and it gets installed wrong. So, but I'm trying to confirm right now if this whole deal will still work, even being 3 inches off. So I'm measuring the outside to outside dimension here on the container. So got my, oh man, let's see here, got my measuring tape, and looks like we're at 19 foot, roughly 10 and a half. So as long as I've got 19 foot, 10 and a half to outside on my piers, we should be good, but we're gonna go out there and double check. So heading to the site now, and part of this process, not only am I moving into this thing, but I'm also moving offices. So I cleaned out a bunch of junk out of my office and found some CDs, and one of them is Blink-182, another band called AFI, if you've heard of them, and a guy named Elliott Smith. So leave some comments if you're into any of those guys. Bonus points for any Elliott Smith fans out there. So, all right, so we are here at the site, and you can see I've got my 4 piers right there, and we are about to double check and make sure everything's good. You can see why I picked the spot. We got some awesome trees as I stumbled through the rocks here. Had to get some limbs down so that we could get the container in here, but the view out here is pretty killer. So there's the lake out there. It's going to be a good spot. So this is where the container is going to set, and going to be looking out that direction. Actually, on the way out here, I saw the tiniest baby deer fawn, I guess, that I've ever seen. Made me want one as a pet. It was probably the size, it was definitely smaller than like a pit bull. So it was a tiny little thing. But I'm gonna double check these piers real quick. All right, so I'm gonna pull tape from outside to outside on these piers, and we measured 19 foot 10 and a half outside to outside on the container, and we are at 19 foot 11 and a quarter. So there's enough room, but it's not exactly how I wanted it. I wanted about 3 inches or so on either side. Can also take a look here at some of the work, and it's not ideal. So and if anybody knew who I got to pour these, they would think that was really funny. Not gonna say more than that. And I'll also say it's probably why I haven't gotten a bill from them yet. So we'll see what ends up happening there, but yeah, so about the same on this one. And I'm gonna show you some of the work here. So here we go. Actually, let me show you one that I'm happy with. So really happy with this one right here. That looks like a solid pier coming out of the ground. It's coming far out of the ground because the terrain is much less on this side. So the ground actually falls this way. I'd say that's solid. I got to cut a little bit of that sonotube off so that it'll be flush. And then over here, it would appear as though they poured the thing about 3 inches too short. And so they packed on something there, and this one as well. So yeah, I'd say there's probably an uncomfortable conversation coming, and it's also probably why I haven't received a bill yet. So I do need to put something on them and double check that it actually is level, that the elevation on these piers right here is the same as the elevation on those, so I probably need to shoot those and make sure we're good there. One thing I was going to show you guys down here, I've actually got some deer tracks. So let's see, right there, right there, right there. So don't pay attention to the spot that I just peed in, but I had to mark my territory. So it's totally natural. Anyways, really excited. We've got some remnants here of a pretty good brainstorming session. Let's see, that appears to be 2 Coors Lights. I was actually going to see how many beers it was going to take me to build my entire house out here, and I think right now the running total beers on site is about 8. So we'll keep track of that as we're going. And one more thing that's really awesome is how construction workers don't give a flying you-know-what about where they toss their trash. So, yeah, any experiences with that, you guys just put it right there in the comments. Other than that, I'm pumped, and I think it'll actually still work. So I wanted to come out and double check before I make too big of a fuss, because if it still works, there's no reason to bust out concrete that's already poured, because it has a way of getting pretty hard once it cures. So, but yeah, I'm excited for this background to be what I'm looking at every day when I wake up. So, thanks to the user that told me that the volume was a little bit soft in my last video. I actually did have a microphone. I was just being lazy and not using it. So, I'm definitely gonna use it now on all my future stuff, so that you guys, if you're driving by chance and just listen to it, be easier for you to hear. So enough about that. If you didn't check out my previous video about where the container currently is, it's framed out, and the floors look really cool, so I invite you to go check that video out. But much more to come. Thanks for watching. Please remember to subscribe. Thanks.